Hello, I'm Jerry Deal. I'm 47 years old, and I'm currently studying nurse practitioner for psychiatric mental health at Eastern Kentucky University. I previously worked in retail for many years, and I owned my own company, but due to economic changes, I decided to go back to school and become a nurse. I believe that you can change other people's lives through commitment and your own personal beliefs, and some of the greatest work is done by people who are inspired and believe that they can make a difference. I did a review of research studies on the question, in the severely mentally ill, does social inclusion help effective care interventions, as opposed to isolation and indifference? I chose to research how social inclusion can make a difference in the severely mentally ill by increasing the effectiveness of treatments, interventions, and medicine compliance. Mentally ill patients burden the healthcare systems not by voluntary actions, but through their repeated treatment and inability to be made compliant on their own. The lack of safe and affordable housing is one of the most powerful barriers to recovery, and when this basic need isn't met, people cycle in and out of homelessness, jails, shelters, and hospitals. Can inclusion enhance effective intervention when compared to exclusion or isolation of the severely mentally ill in a year's time? Estimates from the Department of Health and Human Services state that more than 600,000 Americans are homeless, and an estimated quarter to a third of that number have a severe mental disorder. These are the target population that drain expenses of hospital systems and cost the government and taxpayers due to the repeated costs and the excessive costs of repeat treatment. My question originally led me to qualitative studies, but after some searching, I found several quantitative studies and have continued to find additional studies at this time. The question leads to comparisons of living situations, as from homelessness all the way up to living in group homes and with families. If this is interpreted as an intervention, then I see the variables are related to living situation changes and how they affect overall well-being of this population. The first study that I chose was a random controlled trial that involved a community activities of daily life teaching program called a RAP session, and this study involved also types of housing, in addition to another study that involved housing and how the housing affects participants' overall well-being. And then I researched a study that rates how participants reacted positively with an active registry to coordinate treatment for effect. The fourth study outlined loneliness of the severely mentally ill and indicated that this population is more at risk for isolation due to illness and stigma. By improving a person's response to treatment in a way that increases comfort or makes a person more at ease, based on the Kolkoba comfort theory that was originally published in 1994, we're able to minimize the expense and speed recovery and have a longer lasting period of normalcy for severely mentally ill people. The study of reviews that I did shows that an increase in receptiveness and more social integration did enhance intervention compliance. One intervention could increase compliance would be to schedule an event to coincide with medication delivery. Something like a bi-weekly lecture that provided food could be tied to extended release injections, medication administration. Or you could have something like a winter clothes giveaway that could also coincide with wellness checks for homeless patients. That could also include food as well. By using interests that the severely mentally ill have, trying to find something that interests them, and then including the healthcare interventions at the same time, could decrease the social isolation by making them more receptive to getting the treatment that they need that helps them maintain a stable life. Some of the events could include counselors and case managers, as well as nurse practitioners and doctors. The targeted population would benefit from assessments and medication administration, as well as possibly getting prescriptions and possibly also receiving indigent medication delivery, like a 7-day supply if they need that, or something that can sustain them until they make their next regularly scheduled appointment. This kind of atmosphere would help stimulate future compliance. Mental health clinics and outpatient treatment facilities could benefit from hosting these type of events. Inpatient hospital units and emergency rooms could also be willing to participate. This avoided readmissions for from patients that are not able to pay for their admission. Thank you.